Welcome back to Joint Service Outdoors. For the viewers and subscribers that have been following this page for a little while, you'll notice that I'm a new face. So for today, I'm going to do an introduction and tell you about me, kind of my hunting background, and also in light of turkey season, go over a turkey vest review / turkey vest dump of stuff that I use that has made me, either successful or not successful in the past. And hopefully that you guys can find something that helps you be successful this upcoming turkey season. So about me, my name's Josh. I'm active duty Navy, been in 17 years, kind of been stationed all over. I'm from the Midwest originally, and hunted primarily whitetail and turkeys and stuff growing up. Then I also was stationed down in Florida, so I got to get into a little bit of the gator hunting and turkey hunting down there for some Osceolas and Easterns in southern Georgia, but then also chase some whitetails out in that area. Also, I hunt the Midwest quite a bit, so kind of the mule deer, whitetail area of Nebraska is primarily where I've hunted, and then now I'm out in California, so I'm learning this Western hunting deal kind of as I go. Did a little bit of elk hunting this last year, was successful in Arizona, so love that, trying to get more into that deal and figure out the point system and stuff like that. It's kind of a lot, but just like anybody else, when you're learning something new, just do your research and figure out where you can go, what you can do, and there's a lot of options for hunters. So to get into the turkey vest, so right now I have on the Sitka turkey vest. It's a little more expensive, but Sitka did a really good job kind of getting the aesthetics right for this. And for a run and gun hunter, which is primarily kind of what I do, I like to be on the move a lot and chase turkeys more than just kind of a sit and wait type, depending on the situation. But my favorite is that run and gun. So this is kind of a more smaller, low profile vest, fits real snug, a lot of options to be able to make it for bigger people, but also being smaller frame, it fits me well. And that's one of the big things when I'm finding something, is I want it to fit me, and then also have a lot of the accessory options that I would like to see in a turkey vest. To start with, you have the pot call holder, and a lot of people don't like the gray, is kind of one of the things that I've seen. I haven't used this through a full turkey season yet. However, when I was scouting, I've noticed that if you're sitting down up against a tree, you're not going to be able to see that very well. It's going to kind of be tucked behind your leg, or you're going to have your arm over it, depending on which hand you shoot with. I don't think it's going to be really that big of a deal that people are kind of making it out to be. It does have this nice magnetic strip in there that kind of holds it shut, so if you forget to clip it, it's going to hold your pot calls in there. You don't have to worry about them falling out and losing your money that you invested in your calls. In here it holds 2 pot calls, so I run a Woodhaven custom crystal call. I use that kind of more of a long distance. It's a little higher pitched, but you can kind of still get those low soft notes that you need to when they're close in. I've called turkeys off of hens at 800 yards with it one time, so it'll really, depending on the openness of the area that you're hunting, it'll reach out and the birds will be able to hear it, and it has a really good tone. I have a rare breed, just regular slate call made by Primos, and I like this one. It's a real soft, real smooth call that, for me, when they're close in and you're trying to kind of do that finish work on them, you got a gobbler that doesn't really want to commit, but still he wants to come in, but he's not seeing what he likes. Sometimes you can get a lot of soft purrs and clucks and stuff that you can't really get with a mouth call, or at least I can't get with a mouth call, and I'll use this to get that done. This pocket also has 3 spots to hold a diaphragm call. My favorite diaphragm call is a Ninja Hammer by Woodhaven. I found that it's the most versatile for me. I can kind of hit the notes, high pitch raspy if I need to. I can soft call if I need to, and it for me has been the best call that I've found. I do carry a ghost cut and a combo cut. The combo cut, I've found that I can get a real deep rasp sometimes, and sometimes that's what that turkey wants to hear, to be able to come in is something different, you know. So I like to have options, not just only in my pot calls, but also in my diaphragm calls, to kind of be able to change it up for whatever the gobblers are wanting to hear that day. So you got that pocket. Another little small pocket they have here, you can kind of probably put whatever you want in there. I put an extra striker. I have a Purple Heart striker here that I keep in that one. I don't use it as much. But then on the other side here, you have a nice pocket that is magnetic. It's real quiet and doesn't take a lot of movement, so you're not like trying to catch a zipper or something. But I keep my two primary strikers in there. I have a walnut and a hickory that I use. And that, with strikers, it's just what tones are you looking for? How's it sound on that call? Those are the three strikers I found on my calls. They sound the best. I can get the noise, I can play them better for what I want to hear, what I think the turkeys want to hear. And it's helped me in the past as far as being able to call birds and stuff with that versatility, and being able to either long distance call them or close in call them and get them to come in within shooting range. There's also another smaller pocket here on the side that I keep my locator calls in. So right now I just have a crow call and an owl call. Just kind of get them to gobble either on the limb or, you know, mid-morning, even early afternoon. Try to get them to gobble, but not necessarily call them in. Also, I've found out here in California, a hawk, you'll have a hawk that sounds off midday, and a lot of turkeys will gobble at that. So I'm getting ready to add a hawk call to my arsenal to be able to have that extra versatility. And that's kind of the name of the game when it comes to turkey hunting, just kind of be ready for everything. One of the pockets here, I'm not a huge box call guy. However, if you were going to put a box call pocket on a turkey vest, this is by far the best one that I've seen. So it's got that magnetic, you know, it can be noisy if you let it, but if you're being real smooth, you're not going to make any noise. But the padding in here is what I like. So it's got probably an inch of padding inside there, and so you kind of have to push that box call down in real hard, and but it's soft enough it's not going to break your call, but you're not going to have it moving around making extra noise that you don't want to make when you're moving on a turkey. It does have kind of a smaller pocket here, so I guess if you were sitting there and you just kind of want to throw your striker there, you have that option. One of the big things for me is I always carry my binoculars with me, and finding a vest that fits where I can have my binos but yet it not be too big and bulky in the front and still be able to reach all my stuff is kind of tough, but Sitka kind of nailed it on this one. So I just have my bino harness here. I can glass up whatever I want to glass up, but I'm still able to access everything, and it's not crazy, it's snug, everything fits tight. On the inside pockets, you just have one big pocket on the left side, which I just picked up this Fly Down Custom calls aluminum over glass pot call, and I'm really excited to get this out and try it. It has like a real nice rasp to it if you play it right, and it also can be real soft and smooth and just give you that little different tone that maybe the tom wants to hear that day. On the right side here, you got two different zipper pockets, and it's that same mesh that it has. I just keep right now, I got a conditioning stone for my crystal call in there. I keep some sandpaper for my slate call in there, and also some chalk for my box call when I do use it. You can put shotgun cells, your license, you know, different equipment that you need, and have that in there. But you have two pockets, really easy to get to, and I mean, these different sliders that they have are they take a little getting used to, but once you kind of get used to it, I've noticed that it's actually really nice. So, you know, it keeps everything all snug where I want it and everything like that. It has a clip here that for when you're successful, it's like a little lanyard. You hook the turkey's feet up to that. You can clip it on your shoulder here and put the turkey over your shoulder and not have to carry it out by hand. So that's kind of a nice feature that they put into that too. It also has the elastic on the shoulders here to run your hydration tube through, and clip your mouthpiece too if you need to, so that way it's not flopping around getting caught on trees, stuff like that. One of the big things when I was looking into this, so I'm a smaller person, and finding something that fits me is really tough when it comes to hunting. And this one, they have adjustments. It goes all the way out to an XXL, and you can adjust the sides out really wide too. But it goes down to a smaller size, which fits me, and that's one of the big features that I like. It also has this nice padding here, so it's comfortable when you're sitting up against a tree. One of the things that reading the reviews and stuff when I was doing my research, a lot of people didn't like the seat system, right? Because it wasn't a magnetic system, or they thought it was, a lot of people were having trouble with it flipping down when they would try to hurry up and sit down. For me, I found that it's really not that hard. So once you kind of run it a few times, it's just got some straps there. It has nice little clips that you just grab with your thumbs, flip it down, sit down, get ready for that turkey to come in, and then when you're done, just flip it up, tighten it up, and it doesn't move around, not hitting the back of your legs, and I've found that it works out really well. For the back, you have just a couple different little compartments. You have one smaller compartment at the top. It's got a lanyard for your keys if you want. And then also you could put some shotgun shells, a license, you know, maybe a snack or two in there if you want. It has an open pocket here on the side. It's got some mesh elastic here. You can put whatever you want in there. It also has these blaze orange strips for when you're walking in or walking out, want to be seen by other hunters, or you're carrying a turkey out. It'll have that orange that way they know it's not a turkey. But then it tucks away real well too, so turkeys aren't going to see it. If they try to flank you and come up your side, they're not going to see it, and you'll be good to go there. The bigger compartment, on a run and gun style, you're going to find that the bigger compartment isn't that big, but this one is kind of like a medium size. You could, it gets warmer in the morning, or late morning. You can put your extra layers in there, no problem. It has, some straps on the side to tighten up. That way you can cinch it down and it's not bulky on the sides. But also has a mesh compartment with elastic to put your hydration bladder in there, and then also the hole for it to come out, your hydration tube to come out and hook up to your shoulder strap. Like I said, I haven't ran this turkey vest through a full season yet, but I'm excited to. I know they put a lot of work into it, and I think it's going to be a really good vest to have. The second vest I have here is a Nomad vest in the mossy oak Sessions color. And this one's a little bit bigger vest. I would say it's kind of like a medium in between like a run and gun style or a more of a accessory type person. The one thing that this one has a little more padding on the sides, and it's going to kind of hug your hips a little better and give you a little more support, where the Sitka one, it's a little more profile, it's not going to have that. The pockets, this one has a few more pockets and stuff like that, and a lot of different options. But for me, I don't really carry a whole lot in the woods, so I found that it didn't really benefit me to have this. And the other thing for this was it's really bulky for me, being smaller. You know, if you were a little bit bigger, this vest would probably work out perfectly, but for me it was just a little too big, and I wasn't as excited about it after using it. But it has the pot call holders on the side, easy access, they clip in. Need to get to your pot call and clip it. And then it has a spot for your strikers right here. You can put your striker in there, but then also has like a side zip. So if, you know, you got a turkey coming in, you can't like unclip it, open this up, grab your striker. You just unzip this. You can real softly pull your striker out and make less movement. Also has a little pocket here. You can put a diaphragm call or something in there. And then also has some shotgun shell holders here. And then also has shotgun shell holders on the inside here too, in this bigger pocket, with another elastic mesh pocket on the inside of that one. On your right arm here, it's got a bigger mesh pocket and then a smaller one. What I found for me was I like to put my locator calls in there. They're easy to get to and help me out when it was time to locate a turkey. And then I would probably normally run a couple diaphragm calls in this smaller pocket so it was easy access. It also has a little diaphragm pocket spot right here on the box call holder. The box call holder, like I was saying with the Sitka one, it doesn't have any padding on the inside. It's got some like soft felt so you don't, you know, your call doesn't get scratched up and stuff like that. But as you can see, like this one moves around a lot, and I noticed that even though I would clip it and cinch it down, my call would still make a lot of noise. Like when I was walking and my arm would hit or my gun would bump up against it, it would make those little squeaks that I didn't like trying to stock up on a turkey. For the seat, I'll show you the seat real quick actually. So this one has the magnetic spot. You just flip it down. It comes around. You can adjust your straps for however you need to, and then when you're done with it, you just flip it back up. It has the magnetic spots on the back here. It just holds up. However, I did notice walking around, like if you bumped into a tree or went through a little tight area, it would knock it off, and then you'd have to put it back up there. But pretty comfortable seat. I think the Sitka seat's a little more comfortable. It's a little, to the touch it feels a little like harder and firm, but I found scouting so far this year with it that if I sit for 30-45 minutes, it keeps me in place better. I'm not sliding down off the tree and having to readjust, and I can sit longer with the Sitka one than I could with this one. This one I used to slide down off the tree a lot, and I was constantly readjusting, and if I was sitting more than like 20-30 minutes, it kind of got a little uncomfortable. The back compartments on this one, there's a couple, and there's a smaller one here. That's where I always used to put my hydration bladder in, and then just run a carabiner on this D-ring to hook up my hydration tube. But this bigger pocket, you can put a lot of stuff in this one. This one's a little bigger. You have different layers, rain gear if you need it, whatever you want to put in there. It's pretty big, and then you can cinch it down, bring it back around, clip it, good to go. Another thing that for this turkey vest, it has a turkey carrier, like an actual compartment specifically for carrying out turkeys. You could put a decoy in there if you wanted, but the main purpose of it, it clips up right here on the shoulders. And put that turkey head first in there. You're probably going to have a little bit of the fan hanging out, but you can cinch them up walk out, and then that way there's less of that bird showing as you're walking, and less chance that a hunter might see it and think that, you know, it's a turkey that's actually walking on its 2 feet and try to shoot you. Wasn't the biggest fan with this vest, however, it was a good vest, and like I said, if I was a little bit bigger frame person, I probably would have liked it a little more. It does have a drink holder on the side. Sitka doesn't have that one. And then this one also has, it was supposed to be designed for a thermocell, which everybody knows in the spring, mosquitoes like to come out. You're gonna wanna run a thermocell more than likely. However, the thermocell didn't fit in there as well as I thought it would. So I would just leave this pocket open, run my clip on my thermocell, didn't have any issues with it. So it served its purpose. It's a really good vest, and I just, for what I like to do and hunt, the style I like to hunt, the Sitka was a little better for me. One of the vests that I ran for 3 or 4 years prior to last season was the Night and Hale Run and Gun 300, and I absolutely love that vest. It's back home in Iowa at my dad's. I didn't want him to ship it out, so I just bought a vest out here and then ended up buying that Sitka one I'm going to try out. But that was probably my favorite one. They make 2 styles. They got a 200 and a 300, and look them up online. I'll put a link in below so that way you guys can look at them if you want. But kind of the same style on that run and gun, real small, real low profile, not a lot of bells and whistles. You're not going to be able to carry as much stuff. However, they were really good. The seat was comfortable. The camouflage color was nice and blended in where that southeast hunting that I was doing, and even in the Midwest in Nebraska, I killed a few turkeys with that and absolutely loved it. I would compare that to the Sitka one any day. Kind of the same features and everything, same weight, and it was really probably my favorite vest that I've ever hunted with. Other than that, that's all I got for now. If you guys want to see any more stuff like this, you know, either product reviews or camo reviews or, you know, call-in tips, stuff like that, let us know. Put a comment or, you know, message us on Instagram or Facebook, and we'll try to get that stuff out as much as we can. Good luck out there this season. Like I said, I know a lot of people are already getting after it, getting a lot of birds down, and that's awesome to see. The biggest thing, be safe, and you guys have a good one.